We are closing in on the iPhone 12 release, and we now have had an iPhone 12 launch day leak for all 4 models this week. So it's time to sit back for my latest news about the Apple iPhone 12 release date and price with my latest iPhone 12 review of designs and specs. So if you want to hear the latest gaming news, tech news, reviews and comparisons, hit that subscribe button followed by the bell. The end of the tunnel for the iPhone 12 looks like it's in sight, but it may seem the tunnel might be a little longer than we expected, what I will tell you about in a mo. If you follow my channel already, you will know that I do a weekly video of the latest leaks we have found out during the week for all you Apple fanboys and girls about the iPhone 12. Then after that I do a recap of such details of all the iPhone model specs and the Apple iPhone 12 launch date, along with the iPhone 12 price we expect to pay for all the upcoming models. But first, before we continue on any further, we are soon approaching the 25,000 subscribers mark, and I want to give one lucky subscriber a special gift. That's right, I want to give a lucky subscriber one of these. It is an iPad mini 5th generation and comes with 256GB storage inside. To be in a chance to win this iPad mini, I'm going to let you know the details and what to do a bit later on in this video, so stay tuned. Anyway, let's dive in on the latest iPhone 12 and iPhone 12 Pro news. So since the iPhone 11, there's been lots of iPhone 12 leaks given, and if you want all the previous details, check out my other iPhone 12 videos on this channel. So first of all, an apology that in my last video I said I would talk about the release date, but I actually forgot to mention it anywhere in the actual video. So this time, right away, I want to talk to you about the iPhone 12 release date, with a new leak we've had from Ross Young. I'm going to be honest, it's not the best news we've heard. The leak now tells us for the first time since about 2011, this year Apple's hardware events will be switched around for this fall. So what I mean is, normally Apple always do an event in September for iPhones and the Apple Watch in recent years. However, this year we'll be getting the Apple Watch and the iPad reveal first before the actual iPhone 12. These dates, as you can see here, is the Apple Watch and the iPad reveal will be some point on week commencing September the 7th. That's only 3 weeks away from making of this video. And the iPhone event will be happening on week commencing October the 12th. Ross Young has also revealed that the normal iPhone 12 models, so this is the iPhone 12 and the 12 Max, will be ready for pre-orders on the same week as the iPhone 12 event, what is also October the 12th, or week commencing October the 12th. And then we'll be able to get hands on those 2 iPhones on October the 19th, or week commencing October the 19th. For the Pro model, sadly, we'll have to wait a little longer. We've been advised that both pre-orders and shipping will take place in November for both of the Pro models, with no exact dates as of yet. However, the moment we hear the leak of the date, we will let you know on here. These dates may leave a bit of a sour taste in your mouth, but we've all got to remember here, guys, that this year hasn't been the most pleasant around the world. The pandemic has stopped months of productions and disrupted the norm loads this year. I think we have to be fair here that Apple would have released their iPhone 12 range similar to a release timescale from last year, but this year it just can't be helped. In the past, even without the pandemic, we have had similar dates like this before. If we cast our mind back to 2017 with the launch of the iPhone 8 and the X or the iPhone 10, the iPhone event did happen in September time on the 12th, and the iPhone 8 came out a few weeks later on September the 22nd. However, for the iPhone 10, the release was almost 2 months later after the September iPhone announcement and came out on November the 3rd. The good news we have here is we'll only have to wait around a month for the iPhone 12 Pro models after the official iPhone 12 event, compared to 2017 when we had to wait 2 months later with the iPhone 10. So that giveaway I mentioned earlier for the iPad mini, to be in a chance to get it, make sure you've hit that subscribe button and the bell first. And then what I want to know from you is, do you own an iPhone at the moment? And what model do you have? Or maybe you prefer Android? I would love to know in the comments below what phone you have and what is going to be your next. With the latest Note 20 announcement and the soon to be iPhone 12 release, will either be on your shortlist? Let me know below to be in a chance to win when we hit 25,000 subscribers, and then I will reveal the winner of the iPad mini. So that Ross Young leak was the major new news we've heard this week on the iPhone 12. So now this is where I do a recap, like in all my other iPhone 12 videos recently, of everything we know about the iPhone 12 models, specs and price. So let's start with the standard iPhone 12. And this iPhone 12 is the smallest one that will come out this year. It has a 5.4 inch display, and it will be an OLED display this time instead of an LCD display like we had on the iPhone 11 and the iPhone XR and previous other iPhones as well. Its resolution comes in at 2340 by 1080. Now there has been rumours going around that all the iPhone 12s would have a 120Hz display. I'm afraid that is not the case here. It will only have a standard 60Hz display, definitely on this iPhone 12. But though you will get 4GB of RAM inside this iPhone 12 with the options of 128GB, 256GB storage options. On top of that as well, you do get that A14 Bionic. This is Apple's newest A chip, and it will have 5G connectivity. On top of that as well, the actual phone body will actually be made out of an aluminium body this time for this iPhone 12, and the next one we'll see in a mo. On the back we have a very similar setup to the iPhone 11, where we'll have a dual camera setup. However though, we have been told that the camera lenses will be changed this year to be better. On top of that as well, the battery inside the iPhone 12 will be a 2227 mAh battery. The base model is coming in at $699, and that will give us the 4GB of RAM and the 128GB storage space inside. So the next iPhone is the iPhone 12 Max, not to be confused with the Pro Max, it's just 12 Max. And this iPhone will feature a bigger display than its littler brother with a 6.1 inch OLED display. If you recognise 6.1, yes, that is the same display size as the iPhone 11 and the iPhone XR. This display, like I said, is an OLED display, and it comes in at a 2532 by 1170 pixels. Again, it will have a 60Hz refresh rate as well. The specs are very similar to that 5.4 inch iPhone, where you'll get 4GB of RAM, 128GB or 256GB storage options. Again, you get that brilliantly new A14 Bionic processor with 5G connectivity, and that body for this iPhone will be made out of aluminium as well. For camera setup, like I said, on the other iPhone it will be a dual camera setup, but we will see some new lens on it. For battery size, we get a 2775 mAh battery. The base model for this one is starting at $799, and that will give you the 4GB of RAM and the 128GB storage option iPhone 12 Max. So those are the normal iPhone 12s, as it were, out of the way. We're now stepping into the Pro territory, and the first iPhone 12 Pro we have is a 6.1 inch display iPhone 12 Pro. This is an increase on the 5.8 iPhone 11 Pro that came out in 2019. Again, it has an OLED display, and again it has that resolution of 2532 by 1170. Now, the next bit of information, we're getting conflicts. We have heard that the iPhones and all the iPhone 12s this year will have a 60Hz display. However, we have heard other leaks as well. There's a possibility of 120Hz, but no one can confirm which one is true and which one is not. So we'll just have to wait and see closer to the time. This iPhone though does come with 6 gigs of RAM. It comes with a choice of 128, 256 and a 512 gigabyte storage. Again, it has the A14 Bionic with 5G connectivity, but the frame this time of this body of this iPhone is actually made out of stainless steel this time. On the back we will again get that triple camera setup, and this time there is a possibility that we will have a LiDAR sensor. This is the same sensor that is on the 2020 iPad Pro. Again, this information keeps conflicting that we will get this or not, but we'll just have to wait and see. On top of that as well, we have a 2775 milliamp battery inside, the same as the iPhone 12 Max, and the base model is coming in at $999 for that 6 gigs of RAM and the 128 gigabyte storage option. Finally, we have the last one, the beast. We have the iPhone 12 Pro Max. And this iPhone comes in with a 6.7 inch OLED display with a resolution of 2778 by 1280. Again, we're unclear if it'll have the 60Hz or the 120Hz, just like the smaller Pro. And again, it comes with 6 gigs of RAM, the choice of 128, 256 or 512 gigabyte storage options. We get that A14 Bionic with 5G connectivity as well, and on top we also get that lovely new stainless steel frame body. The camera setup is similar to the Pro. We will get that triple camera setup, and again that conflict of knowing if we will get a LiDAR sensor or not. The battery inside this iPhone 12 Pro Max is a 3687 milliamp battery size. The base model is coming in at $1,099, and that will give you the 6GB RAM model and 128GB storage. For ports on all the iPhones, they will feature a Lightning connection, not a USB-C. Apple still believe that many iPhones require a Lightning connection at the moment because there are still many accessories that require that. However though, inside the box of the new iPhone 12 you will get a Lightning cable to USB-C end. And also, as I have mentioned and I've rambled on before, and I'm not going to do it this time, that is, you will not be getting a charger inside the box with that cable, and at the same time as well, no cabled AirPods either. Finally, it's also worth noting that this year all 4 iPhones will be IP68 at 4 meters of depth. So this means if you're gonna go away with your iPhone and you chuck it into a swimming pool, it can survive up to 4 meters of depth clean water up to 30 minutes before any serious damage happens to the phone. However, I wouldn't really try doing this. Watch somebody else on YouTube who does have a lot of money to waste, and also check out to see if the iPhone 12s will survive 4 meters of water. With all of that being said, are you excited about the iPhone 12 and will you be getting one? Let me know below what model you plan to buy. Well guys, that is the latest and greatest info we have on the iPhone 12 at this stage. If we do get any more info, of course we will share it with you. Don't forget, if you like this video, to press that like button, and of course to hear the latest gaming news, tech news, reviews and comparisons, please do hit that subscribe button followed by the bell. Until next time guys, see ya.